You're watching the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. Now here's your hosts, Tom, Nick, Ryan, and Dave. It's you, it's me, it's NRD. It's you, it's me, it's NRD. Uh-huh. Let's start the show.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. It is you, it is me, it is TN&D. Welcome to episode 119 of the Wrestling Nerd broadcast. If you're new here, welcome. Tom says hi and hit that subscribe button. We welcome you all. We welcome everybody back that joined us last week for our recap of Northeast Wrestling. Had a great time there. And so this week on the episode, so in fairness, folks, we recorded the last episode on Sunday, which was the 16th.
Yeah.
We're now recording episode 119 on the 19th. And it's going to air Tuesday, the 25th, unless we get our act together and put it up on Patreon. You get the early access, patreon.com/WNRDB. So not a lot has happened in the last 3 days. So
much has happened.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to, we do have some pretty big news. Now I'm going to let Nick tell it.
News.
Nick, what happened in the Carpenter household today?
Well, we had a sentence from the prince, a full sentence of not just a word, not just a phrase, a sentence.
And what is that? What is that sentence?
I go poopy.
You heard it here first, people. Prince Owen goes poopy.
Oh, the prince, he who shall be king one day. Look out, Tom. Has gone poopy.
Honestly, now that that's his first sentence, I don't need to be king. I don't deserve it.
Oh, yeah. And this is another thing we didn't touch on last week for those of you who are new to this show. So we don't have like a title belt that we compete for on this show. No. We have the crown, which Tom has. He just isn't wearing it right now because he's got some beautiful locks. So, but yes, we compete for to be the king of the nerds. And this crown has gotten pretty cutthroat. I have beaten up a puppet. Nick's wife has run him over. We've threatened children before. Like, it gets pretty out of control.
Yeah.
So
alter egos come into play. New characters.
Exactly. We've got backyard indie wrestlers, mint and package collectors, California Chrome just running through here like it's a Kentucky Derby for the crown. But
I mean, Dave may or may not have, and by may, I mean, he definitely did. At his sister's wedding, cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase and roll up a puppet to win the crown. This is a real thing that actually happened.
Highlight of the wedding, if you ask me.
I don't know how to say this.
I go poopy?
I don't know where Harold is.
Oh,
you don't know where Harold is.
Did he escape the trunk finally?
I don't know where Harold is.
Oh
boy. This is how it all begins, folks. One day you're rolling up a puppet, the next day you're playing with Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah. I'll send you a video. We could probably post it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Harold is.
Folks, if you want to
like a reward.
Who may not know, Harold is my puppet. I am his puppet. I don't know which way it goes.
I can't show you this right now. I'll show you afterward.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.
We'll figure out where Harold is.
Do we know the whereabouts of Gerald though?
Oh, that's a good question. Where's
that? He's brother? Gerald's over here.
Well, here's the thing, folks. If you want to show your love and support for Harold so we can bring him home safely, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/The Wrestling Nerd broadcast. Buy your Harold the Puppet t-shirts. Buy your Team Harold shirts. Heck, if you're really crazy, go buy the Team Gerald shirt. I don't care. Just give me your money. Puppet. But folks, let's talk about the state of wrestling right now because we're in our post-WrestleMania season, and it's an interesting time. I would like to, before we get into this, I would like to state, I watch everything. I watch WWE. I watch AEW. I follow some indies here and there. I like to think I have an idea of what's going on in the world of wrestling. I follow a little bit of GCW as well. So I don't want anyone to think like, oh, this podcast, all they do is bash AEW or they bash WWE or whatever. Like, we're not here to bash WWE. We're not here to bash AEW. We are here to just simply give an opinion on what our thought of wrestling is. Um, I'm all against tribalism in wrestling. You have those people that you go on comment sections and they're just like, oh, it's Cody Rhodes got buried by a WWE 'cause he's an AEW guy, yada yada. Or the AEW fans are upset and the WWE fans. No. Everybody does great. Everything gets better. Rising tides, raise ships, whatever the hell
I don't know what you're talking about.
rising tides, raise all ships, or whatever the hell it is. But let's face it. If AEW does well and WWE do well, all of wrestling gets better. It's just that simple. I want everyone to succeed and do well. But AEW has sucked recently. Let's be just brutally honest. I started to tell Tom this before we started to record, and I'd like to, and I know like after Dynamite, like MJF and they were like, oh no, it's not going to be a fatal four way. It's going to be these two guys. It appeared they were going towards a fatal four way at Double or Nothing, and it could still wind up that way. But they started building this in like March. I'm like, way too long of a build for something that's like so direct. Like they just all wound up in the ring together, and now like it's very obvious what you're doing. Like you got to plant the seeds. They just.
I like a long build. I do. But I like a long build that is slower. It went from 0 to this is happening in a week.
Yeah.
And it's just, it didn't give me time to get emotionally invested. And I am the type of fan who likes to be emotionally invested. Like I love the acrobatics. I'm a spot monkey. I love it. But for a story, I need to feel something. And in general with wrestling lately, I go poopy a lot during it. And it's normally I bring my phone and watch it on my phone while I'm going poopy, while I go poopy. And it's just not I haven't been doing that. And I think the emotional story is just not quite there. Like the Elite and Blackpool Combat Club's cool. I like that it is a slower build of we don't know what's going to happen with Hangman, who's going to come here. Throwing Takeshita in tonight was a shock. I was not pleased to see Don Callis, but then when he left and came out with Takeshita,
it was a little random.
A little random, but I loved it.
I thought Takeshita was going to get murdered. I was like, oh
dead.
No, they're bringing out Takeshita just to get
if
slaughtered.
If he bled, I would have cried. But yeah, like I don't feel. I don't know if I'm just exhausted for the end of the semester, but like I don't feel anything lately watching wrestling. Whether it's WWE or AEW. And like I will say, I am very excited for this WWE draft coming up because everyone's involved, which means main roster could go to NXT could go to Raw, SmackDown. It can go all different ways, and I think it is something WWE needs. And I think it gives, let's say this is the start of the Triple H era of Vince is seriously done with creative, and this is a way of giving Triple H that clean slate, all stories reset. Could be really cool, and I am excited for that. But like I'm watching Dynamite tonight, and I'm barely paying attention to a lot of it because it's a lot of the same thing every week.
Yep.
And AEW has such a wonderful roster. To where maybe we get like Jericho every other week. Maybe we get MJF as a champion every week. I think that's smart. But maybe we get like the Elite and Blackpool Combat Club on the off week of Jericho. And like they bring in more of their talent. Maybe we don't get 3 weeks of Commander in a row. We get something different. Sunny Kiss comes up. I love Sunny Kiss. So, but like if we get more of that, I don't like this outcasts, outsiders. I don't know what they're calling themselves. The Saraya thing.
Outcasts, I think.
Saraya hit whoever it was, Britt with the belt, and it was so weak tonight.
Yeah.
And then later on, the kendo stick strikes were so weak tonight. And like, you don't want anyone getting hurt, but like you gotta at least make it look good.
Can I say, am I the only one who was shocked Jericho did not take a swing with that kendo stick at Britt Baker's back? I'm shocked, honestly. I thought he'd get or a kick, something in there. Like I'm not like suggesting men putting their hands on women whatsoever in an everyday basis, but like when it's done right, it can tell a story so good. Like even if like Jericho like went to do the Judas effect and thought he was about to hit Cole and he hits Britt by mistake.
That's deadly. I'm a fan of intergender wrestling. I love it. I think it's fine to watch. I think instead of hitting her, they could have been the ones to like kind of roughly hold her.
He could have held her.
Yep. And that could have been fine because that then adds intensity to Adam Cole saying, 1, you don't put your hands on a woman. 2, that's my girlfriend. Yeah. And then it creates more of this tension between Britt to where if Cole and Jericho are wrestling and Britt gets involved and hits Jericho with a kendo stick, it might make more sense than, it's going to sound awful, a girlfriend hitting a guy hitting her boyfriend with a kendo stick.
Yep.
It's more than I'm defending his honor. It's more of a F you, Jericho. Like, I'll show you. So it could have gone that way, but I don't think Tony Khan likes men hitting women and gender stuff. And I respect that deeply. But yeah, I'm kind of whatever on wrestling lately, and I wanna blame end of the semester tired's a little bit.
I want to touch on your point of like how you go with like Jericho this week and then the Bucks. I feel like that's what AEW did in the beginning. Like you didn't get the Bucks every week. You did like maybe you got Jericho every week or some form of the inner circle, but you had to tune in every week if you wanted to see everyone. So like I remember like when people that was like their biggest complaint. I feel like in a way, but obviously, again, you're not going to please everyone in wrestling. Like, I went to the show and I didn't get to see the Young Bucks. Yeah, but you got to see everybody else.
Yeah.
It makes you tune in, and I think that's like what I liked about the NXT you got like when the network first started back in like 2014, 15, whatever it was. Like it was an hour long, so you wanted to see the NXT champion. You didn't get him every week. I mean, granted, they were also taping stuff, so like you obviously weren't going to see I'm trying to think who was it Neville, I'm sorry, was the champion. So like you saw him like on every other episode or once every 3 episodes or something like that because those episodes, so it made sense there. But yeah, it's not as exciting. Like trust me, my problem with AEW at times, and I get the long-term storytelling, but you can't just like do the same beat for weeks and then change it again. Like, okay, so we had the Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite. Okay, but there was a little bit of development this week because you had Takeshita. Okay, but like, I just feel like it's like Kenny doesn't like Hangman, and that's all we've been saying for the last like two months. And I'm like, okay, when are we going to develop this? And Hangman and Kenny are going to come face to face or have a conversation or try to have a conversation, And that's been my problem with Bray Wyatt. It's like, okay, Bray Wyatt came out, Uncle Howdy attacks him. They did that for like 2 months, and just there was never any actual development. It was just like, okay, here comes Bray, Uncle Howdy incoming in 5 seconds,
And it's tough because like Kenny knows long-term storytelling, like the Golden Lovers breaking up, going off and doing their own thing and being able to bring that back and mean something. Even like the Bullet Club stuff, like they did a great job with that. The stories with Okada, like So it's like they know how to do it. It just seems like they don't feel like they have to.
You can tell a long-term story, but you have to tell short-term stories at the same time.
Absolutely.
In that, like, put it as easy. Yes, I'm reading a book, but in the book is multiple chapters. They're just telling one long chapter, it feels like at times.
And if here's an even better analogy. You first start with I go poopy. And then you move on to the long-term story. I go poopy in my pants. Or I go poopy in the potty. So you can start with the little thing, but then it's got to grow.
You know what I want to see? I want to be tagged in photos on Instagram of people watching wrestling with their children because I want to know the next generation of scumbags that are coming up as wrestling fans. So yeah, folks, if you watch wrestling with your children, Nick, let's take some pictures of you watching with your kids and tag us in it. The Wrestling Nerd Broadcast on Instagram, WNRDB on Twitter. Um, Speaking and so, and also you mentioned the draft. Just I'll let Nick because he looks eager to chime in here. But something that somebody proposed, I think it was on Cultaholic. Or no, was it Russell? I forget who mentioned it, but somebody said that they draft Roman to SmackDown, right? And then the next pick, Raw drafts Roman as well. So he is still a dual
Split the
champion,
belts up.
but he's got to defend the WWE title on one show and the Universal title on the other. That allows you to get the WWE title off of Roman because it's the Universal title that he's been holding for the 1,000+ days come back. So this way you can get Roman on both shows for a while, a couple more months and whatnot, and then you can have Cody take the belt off at SummerSlam because he wins Money in the Bank. To anybody that's saying LA Knight is winning Money in the Bank, no, don't do it. Yeah, don't do it. Okay, just saying. Nick, your thoughts on wrestling right now?
Well, to backtrack a little bit on AEW, I think the AEW's biggest problem is that, like y'all were saying with storytelling, I feel like they have 3 or 4 true stories going on, and then everybody else, it's just like, hey, I don't like you for whatever reason. Let's have a match tonight, and then that's like all it is. We have this huge roster of talented people, and it's just like they don't do anything with these people. And there's supposedly like another Saturday show. It's now a 2-hour Saturday show that's coming. I'm like, CM Punk is going to be like the anchor of or whatever, supposedly and stuff. But I think AEW should do a draft. If they're gonna have these 2 shows and stuff, these 2 2-hour shows, I mean, split the people up. Then you can have, like you said, you can have Jericho one night a week, and you can have Kenny Omega one night a week, and then they can come together at pay-per-views or whatever. Do something. I just feel like they don't.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things I heard to like be able to bring Punk back. They're going to do a brand split. I don't know how you do it, like, but
Honestly,
there's too much. There's too much wrestling.
ROH.
I wouldn't mind that. Because I'll be honest, I have no idea when ROH is on. Is it on YouTube?
No, I don't either.
Do they have a DVD? I have no idea. But yeah, there's like I'll say this: WWE already has too much programming. AEW has way too much programming. Way too much. So what do they have? They have Dynamite, then they've got the reality show after Dynamite. Then they've got Rampage. Then they've got Dark. They've got Dark Elevation plus a pay-per-view. So potentially in one, okay, and then Ring of Honor, which I'm pretty sure is on YouTube. So literally, you're watching 7 episodes of wrestling potentially for one company. And it's not even like the same people on every show. It's like, no.
But honestly, nothing happens except for on Dynamite. If you watch,
nothing happens.
There's great matches, but nothing storyline wise really ever advances. Especially on Dark. I mean, you might get something on Rampage every once, some kind of thing, but on any of them Dark things, it's just strictly just matches. That's all it is. This guy fighting this guy, and that's it's cool, but I mean.
And I think one of the things when Dynamite started was like they progressed storylines on Being the Elite, and so like you had to watch Being the Elite to know what was going on Dynamite. And I had no problem with that. The problem was not a lot of people watch Being the Elite, like compared to who watches Dynamite. Like everybody that watches BT watches Dynamite, but not everyone that watches Dynamite watches BTE. But so people would turn into Dynamite and be like, what the hell's happening? Why is this happening? So, but the good thing about BT and why it used to be good, it's not that great anymore. Like it was all one big storyline. Like, let's be honest, here as adults, like, yes, it's fun to see guys do flippy dippy stuff, but we need a storyline at our point in our lives. Like, I need to have a reason. Like, I'm not
Pro
just gonna be like,
wrestling's literally a soap opera.
exactly. Like, we need that story. So, like, when we're kids, it's like, oh, he's a bad guy. Go get him, good guy. You could do that. But, the 18 to 35 demographic, is that what it is? Am I still in there? I think I'm in that
I'm
demographic.
almost not.
Oh, man.
What is it? What is the demographic?
Was it 18 to 35 male demographic?
Oh,
Is that what it is?
ouch.
Is that the big one they're fighting for?
I'm
Nick.
out. I'm out.
Nick's gone. Nick, they don't care about Nick's opinion. That's why he never talks on this show. But yeah, no,
I'm not the audience.
I'll say this though, and this is why people are like, "Oh man, they've taken all the sting out of Cody Rhodes." That man came out on Raw, called out Brock Lesnar, was like, I'm in. I'm excited for a Brock Lesnar match. I'm never excited for Brock Lesnar matches. Cody could come out there and cut a promo on Costco hot dogs, and I would be so excited to watch that man bring out his membership card and go to the hot dog line. Like, he could make you care about anything. Remember how they like always like the promo class, like, okay, get me excited, like, or what was it? There was an Eric Bischoff promo when he auditioned for WWF. Like, oh, here, Eric, yeah, he interviewed this broomstick. Cody could do that and make you care so much. Just saying.
I saw a tweet today. I don't know by who, but it was like, this is why wrestling is dead. And it was a gif of during the Collective on Mania weekend, and it was Yoshihiko wrestling. And Yoshihiko is the stuffed doll from Japan, from DDT. And I thought, and one of my favorite tweets was, yeah, tell that when that night was completely sold out. I thought, honestly, I'm more invested in a story of a stuffed doll wrestling and winning.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is a 19-time champion. It lost the title twice and regained it twice over the Collective that I saw. But like, and that, like, for me, here's why that proves wrestling's not dead and there's hope. That shit is entertaining.
Yep.
That shit, start to finish, because you've got a wrestler and a stuffed doll in a ring, and the wrestler that is in that ring needs to make you believe and feel that this doll is, one, a wrestler, two, has bodily autonomy and can wrestle and do moves, and it shows you, one, whoever this doll is wrestling is incredibly talented, period. Yep. To make that look like anything, you've got skill. So I want to be less negative about wrestling really quick. That is the stuff that gives me life. When I can watch something and say, this is great, this is gold. Is it the best wrestling match? No.
It's wrestling spaghetti.
Funny? Is it entertaining? Is it
wrestling spaghetti?
How do you know who's going to win? You don't have any idea who's going to win when Yoshihiko's in the ring. It can go either way. I showed friends of mine the Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan, and Bryce Remsburg refereeing that match. Yep. And no wrestling took place, and it was brilliant.
No, you want to know one of my favorite wrestling matches? It happened during the lockdown, and it was like Joey Janela. I forget who he fought, but they fought in a social distance match, and it was one of the greatest things ever. Have you not heard of this, Tom? Oh my God, you have to look it up. It's one of the greatest forms of art ever. Like, they're like doing headlocks, but like 6 feet apart. They never touch. Like, they cover each other from across the ring, and the ref's like, hold on, I have to back up. And it's incredible. Like, imagine if Darth Vader just wrestled somebody using the Force. That's what it's like. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Look it up, folks. But yeah, there needs to be entertainment. We need like you can tell long-term stories, but you've got to progress them at the time too. Literally all we've had for the last 3 months or last 2 months, whatever it is. The pillars of AEW are trying to want to be the champion. That's it. They've just been wrestling matches with no progress in it until tonight's Dynamite, which yeah, we're having a tournament, a 3-person tournament. One person's gonna get a bye.
Tony Khan loves himself some tournaments. Boy.
Tony loves him some tourneys.
Speaking of tournaments, every year we have our own tournament. I'm going to segue us. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
We have our own tournament of Brawler of the Year.
Ooh.
And I've got to say, Pro Wrestling Tees may have outdid themselves with what they announced this week.
I mean,
I'm not a Hardy Boys fan. I'm not a big Hardy Boys guy. Those brawlers,
they look good.
I only have fear of I only want them because I want to see them in my hands when we rank them because those look good.
Yes, they look fantastic. Let me bring
both of them. The likeness of Matt Hardy, I look at that and I'm like, yeah, that's Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy looks a lot tanner than this photo is showing. So
Jeff is
not pasty white.
Perfect.
The little eye on the side of Jeff's head, because I know he does the 3D.
Yep.
You can see that is solid attention to detail right there.
Yeah.
I think that's really dope.
Yeah. I'm just worried because I heard on one of the Whatnot streams, I didn't watch it. They're thinking of doing a pre-order every 2 weeks.
Yep. Which is and I'll say this. I personally thought about buying that new Young Bucks. The face, it's the same brawler, just different hair color. So I passed on it.
I love the Young Bucks.
I do too. I love that gear so much, but I'm like, I mean, I already have a set of Young Bucks. But I'm like, yeah, the faces on the new ones, it's literally the same brawler, just a different haircut. What we got in the All Elite crate, though, this brawler, Claudio is fantastic. This is a high pick for me. This could be a top 10 brawler of the year when we rank them all next year.
I want to just show you on the back of the sleeve.
Oh, wow.
We've got
up, down, down.
Is that up, down?
Isn't that Xavier's thing?
No, it's just...
It's a cheat code for 2K.
I think it's right down, diagonal right.
Folks, I would just say, if you're a Minton package, if you're a Minton package collector, I'm so sorry. Whoop, there it goes. There it goes. If you're a Minton package collector, I hate to do this to you, but yeah. This is Jason Statham. If Jason Statham were a micro brawler, this is it. But
it's arrows. I just don't know the pattern.
I would assume it's down. I would assume it's down, left.
Because didn't he have a big role in Xavier Woods show?
Yeah.
Yes, it was the party.
But I want to let you know, I'm already getting the discoloration under his ear.
Tom? What is your little red mark there? Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a fist. Now that I see it, it's the fist.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if mine was smudged or something, but yeah, I would assume that's a fist.
It's just such a dope brawler.
It is. The face looks amazing.
Yeah. I think out of the most recent pre-orders or the most recent brawlers, that's my number 2.
Powerhouse.
The only thing Powerhouse is missing is his teeth.
No, it's not supposed to be teeth. It's the lip sneer. That's why. It's the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see that.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. This Hobbs brawler is
so
people
awesome.
Are getting shipping notice for the Pro Wrestling crate now, so we should be able to by next week to know what that is.
I didn't get my notice.
Repo Man, fingers crossed. I haven't seen the spoiler yet or anything, so I have no idea. But
I am not waiting to get my crate. The second the spoilers available.
It is a Greg the Hammer Valentine micro brawler coming your way, everyone. How do you like that for props, baby? We still got them. Just saying.
But do we want to run down? We had 3 crates drop this week. Do we want to kind of run down
3
crates? I got all this stuff
run them down.
We had the major crate finally dropped. some people ordered that had a kind of a high price point. But still, I think
$81 shipped. No thanks. I'll say
it comes
this.
with comes with 2 brawlers and
I'm gonna. Can
possible
I spoil
chases
it?
for both.
Let's spoil it.
Because it's out there.
Yeah, it's out. The Cardone and Myers releases. So if you don't know what the brawlers are, fast forward a minute or two because we're going to tell you right now. There you go. Yes, it is. It is Cardone
the major
and Myers
players.
in their major players gear.
Flipping the birds.
Flipping the birds. They released it on their show, so it's nothing that hasn't been public knowledge.
They said on the podcast too that there's going to be chases for both of them.
Yep.
I don't know
well, Matt Cardona told us here on episode 100 that there would be chases, folks.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the Major Wrestling Figure podcast,
right.
great podcast and all. Listen to episode 100, folks.
We broke that news.
Yeah,
don't
we broke that news.
podcast because they don't need you to listen to it. They're doing fine.
Yes,
listen to this show because we need you to pay attention.
That's true. It's very true. Friend of the broadcast, Matt Cardona. And Brian.
So yeah, but let's run down these other ones here because we actually have a list of people. We can give you some guests. Yeah. Okay. Well, we had the AEW crate drop. I don't know if it's sold out yet or not. I'm not sure.
No.
I mean, I'll get charged soon.
Yeah, but the lineup is Jamie Hayter, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Sting, Mark Briscoe, MJF, Jungle Boy, and the Acclaimed.
So it's got to be Jungle Boy, Jamie Hayter, or Briscoe. But someone pointed out, and I think in the Micro Brawler group or the other one, Micro Brawler fan club worldwide. I don't know.
Dougie.
Big ups to Dougie. Someone pointed out that the AEW crates have recently been boy, girl, boy.
Yeah, so that means that it would be a girl.
It might be. I want Jamie Hayter.
I wouldn't be against Jamie Hayter.
I personally think it's Jamie Hayter. It could be Jungle Boy, but I think it's gonna be Jamie Hayter. If I had to put money on it.
The only reason I think it could be Briscoe is because they're really pushing him since they do have to make things right of not signing them, not putting them on TV, whatever. But I don't think AEW crates should have Briscoe's got a brawler, right? You know,
yeah, and I feel like how much different.
One.
How much different can you make? I mean, he's like his look isn't that much different.
You can make it look like him. That first one looks nothing like him except his teeth.
Yeah,
his missing teeth are the most accurate thing.
Got to be Jamie Hayter.
It's Jamie.
I would love a Jamie Hayter brawler.
I'm thinking it's a Briscoe autograph.
Yeah, that could be that.
Yeah, Briscoe autograph. Briscoe or Hobbs autograph, probably.
Um,
A Jungle Boy would be a cool brawler too, I guess.
I feel like, yeah, I'm trying to think of what we could do for the like. I'm trying to think of what the novelty item is. You know, we have MJF pins. We have
What's
stickers.
The list again? Just bust through the list real quick.
Jamie Hayter,
Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Sting, Mark Briscoe, MJF, Jungle Boy, and the Acclaimed.
Easy. An Orange Cassidy orange peeler.
Would love that.
Or like a squeezer.
Well,
like one of the
I was gonna say they did the the juicer would be great because I remember they did the orange scented air freshener.
Yo, they got honestly, I want them to make another air freshener because
you know what
was nice.
How about shades? They did the you put a nice pair of aviators in.
Nah, they're not nice. We've gotten 3 pairs of aviators, dog.
What about an acclaimed pair of acclaimed scissors?
Ooh,
like actual.
We know they're not above putting sharp objects in there because they've given. They had the Brutus Beefcake grooming kit.
Yeah.
So they gave the Silas Young pocket knife.
You know what might be sick? You know what might be sick? If they vacuum seal it so it's small and you can't tell what it is, the acclaimed foam fingers.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a mini one or something.
Fold it up and vacuum seal it. Done.
Well, I'm somewhere in my collectible box, but I have a mini like a #1 foam finger, but it's like just for your finger.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I'd love that.
And then you
can just put it on here.
Double scissor. You got this on the one finger, and then here.
Yeah, so you got to find somebody who creates, and you can just get the pair.
I think it could be a pretty good all elite crate.
So Sting T-shirt then.
That should probably be shipping out like maybe summer. I think it's quarterly. So
Sting and Orange Cassidy Sting and Orange Cassidy T-shirts probably.
Dave, you would know when does that ship?
I mean, we got the All
Is
Elite
it Double
crate
or
for
Nothing?
Double or Nothing in April, so I would assume we'll probably get the All In crate for
September?
July, like probably late mid-July.
Those
July.
summer.
Usually you get it like a month before the pay-per-view. About. I got my All Elite crate last
Oh.
week, so
Is there a pay-per-view coming up?
no, the next pay-per-view is Double or Nothing,
When's that?
May
When
28th,
is this
Oh.
England the England the all in England
August
show? Like,
27th. I think
okay,
August?
so we got a while
August
left.
27th. It's the last weekend in August. The thing that I can't figure out, and this is something I talked with a couple people about at the Northeast Wrestling Show, was are they doing All Out or is All In replacing All Out?
Yeah. I don't
Because
know.
I don't think you can legitimately, I think that's a tall task to try and sell out a pay like in terms of just buy rates. I'm not concerned about them selling tickets to either one, but to do two pay-per-views within like 2 weeks. I remember legitimately when
$50
Roman's
pay-per-views.
when Roman's title reign started at I think it was maybe it was Backlash or whatever. They did SummerSlam and then they had a pay-per-view the following week. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like makes no
Yeah.
sense.
And
And
the
then-
difference is though with WWE, you've got the network or whatever you want to call it, and
Yeah.
like it's a monthly fee.
Yep.
Personally, I couldn't afford in 2 weeks to spend 100. I could afford it. I'm not poor. I
He'd
could
sell that
afford
title.
it. I don't think I could justify it.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. That's ridiculous. So I'm leaning towards the idea that they're doing All In and then they're not going to do All Out 2 weeks later. That just from a buy rate perspective, that makes no sense.
That's
Because
like a
then
massive arena too, right? Like the way they're doing that, like the
Wembley Stadium holds
like
90,000 people for a soccer match.
Wavy.
So my
They
thing is
had,
this: you're going to take out seats with the stage. I know you're going to put floor seats down, but I feel like the seats you take out in end zone does not always equal the amount of floor seats you put back on.
They had estimated, I think I read somewhere it was like 30,000 people signed up for notifications.
45,000.
45,000. And so that's if everyone buys 2 tickets.
They're done.
Done.
I have
out.
no fear that this thing sells out. I have
you know
no
it.
doubt in my
Okay.
mind.
Yeah.
It's
Hardcore.
it's their first
UK is
time in the
hardcore.
UK.
UK's
It's gonna
hardcore.
be MJF versus Anthony Ogogo in
They're
a
gonna
boxing
say-
match.
They're
for
gonna
the
say
title.
Judas so loud.
Oh
It's gonna be
yeah.
great. I
That
can't
crowd
wait.
is
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
hype. That
Literally,
will
that-
get me emotionally invested in wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. So I mean, I saw Chris Jericho throw a drink at Margaret on the cruise. You know,
There you
that got
go.
me emotionally invested.
You got Chris Jericho's DNA on her.
Ugh.
You can go back on the cruise.
Usually-
So
You can-
speaking
That's a
of
special
DNA,
part
what
of the meet and greet there, DDJ.
Speaking about the DNA, what about the next pro wrestling crate, Nick?
Well, we have another purse. This one's going to ship much sooner. It'll probably ship this
Probably
time next
shipping right
month,
now.
maybe.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
The lineup on this one is the Road Warriors, the Acclaimed again. Everybody loves the Acclaimed. Jeez. Claudio, Cascanoli, William Regal, John Moxley. Did I say his last name? Is Claudio Cascanoli correct? Close enough.
Castanoli.
It's Ravioli.
Castanets.
John Moxley, Matt Sydal, who everybody wants Matt Sydal, and the Lucha Bros.
Thank you for reminding me. I want it. Thank you for reminding
Matt
me.
Sydal bait pin. That's what I'm going for right there.
Thank you for reminding me. I got to cancel my crate subscription. I don't want this thing.
It's got to be a Regal brawler, right? Because everyone else.
That's what I'm thinking.
No, it's Matt Sydal.
Or Matt
He's in
Sydal.
AEW.
Yeah,
No.
he is. I
Is
think
he?
he's still signed to AEW.
I haven't seen him. Well, see, Matt Sydal's just trying to be like how we want it booked. He's trying to not to be there every week.
I can't. I'm on my phone. I can't look up to see if he signed or not.
I feel like he might be, but
did we get a William Regal brawler?
we pre-ordered it. It's on the way eventually.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be mad. I bought the William Regal brawler but it's like a 2000s, like 2010 maybe William Regal, like ECW sci-fi and stuff. And I bought it because he just signed back to WWE, and I was like, this is the only one we're ever gonna get, so it's gonna have to do with my collection. If we get like a WCW Regal in this crate, I'm selling that thing as soon as it comes, because I don't want an ECW sci-fi Regal. I want like a real man's man Regal.
Sure.
No, you know what it is?
Yes.
It's a bloody John Moxley.
No, I mean, I can see
No,
it.
they're not doing AEW brawlers in the
Yeah.
crate. They said that.
It's a
But
John Moxley razor blade.
This whole crate.
There you go. How do you like that for props, baby?
I
That's
feel like it's got to be
I
Matt
want Ryan
Sydal,
back.
kind of. It can't be Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal's like the autograph or something, probably.
I'm just curious because like that whole crate is AEW.
Imagine they did another Road Warriors, but they did it the one I want, and it's the gold shoulder pads.
LOD 2000.
Oh, baby.
But
Yeah,
it's
you
not
do
LOD
LOD
Pro
with
Warriors.
Hawk in the shorts or Animal in the shorts. Yeah, it's got to be Matt Sydal or William Regal.
It's William Regal. It's William Regal. I think it's William Regal.
I think it's
Regal. If I had to place money, it's Regal. It's like a WCW. It's like the red trunk Regal from like WCW.
Oh, in the British gear, so you can put him.
Yeah.
It's literally just the Dynamite Kid brawler, but he's just wearing but it's just swap the heads.
Maybe it's all.
Or he comes out in the construction hat. That's it. Did we say we had another crate too?
No, this major crate.
Oh, the major crate, yes. So pro wrestling crate, all elite crate, decent buys, major wrestling crate. I love you, Matt and Brian, but $81 ship for a crate. No thanks. I gotta pass. Like the shirt design on the last one was weak because it was just the Stomp Brawlers cartoon design. And then I cannot justify spending $80 for 6 more tchotchke items when I have so many. Like I'm looking around my desk and I have so many. Like, okay, so we got the Greg the Hammer Valentine here, the Sting pin. We've got a little AEW magnet. I just dropped something. I don't know what the hell that was.
I'm too
I feel like
if
you're a major fan,
pin.
if you're like a major crate, like a major wrestling figure podcast fan, I could definitely see it being worth it, especially if you don't collect brawlers. Because I feel like you could turn around and sell the brawlers and make a lot of your money back. But if you're like a micro brawler fan and not a fan of their podcast, I would suggest just buying them on the secondary market.
That's what I'm hoping for.
We don't even need to apologize to them because that bitch is sold out. They got their money.
Yeah, they made 500.
Fucking got his money.
Exactly. No, I'm just saying from my perspective, like I love Brian and Matt. They were great when we had them on. I'm just not so invested in their universe. Like I watched their vlogs and went up, but like I'm not so invested. Like I'm buying $80 because I saw the last one and it was just like meh. Like just to me in general, what I get for the crate is meh. You know, I've just been kind of let down in general by crates recently. So
I don't follow anything major pod because their whatnot just got obnoxious.
Their whatnot, I feel like, is slowed down tremendously.
And like just not having things posted much earlier than they go up. And it's just, you know, like what do y'all do for a living? Like and it's even the part he's whatnot. Like, what do you all do for a living? Because
I sell this brawler for a living. That's what I do. Anybody want to buy this Mojo J? Somebody take this off my hands.
The insane amount of money some of this stuff goes for. Like, there was that Hello Kitty clutch bag, New Japan Hello Kitty clutch bag on the Pro Wrestling Tees one, and I was about to stop doing homework in the library to bid on it, but I'm like, any New Japan stuff goes for like $100.
Yep.
I don't like Hello Kitty that much.
Listen, I won a Pro Wrestling Tees whatnot auction finally. I won a Christmas ornament.
I saw that. I won WWF cards.
Yes, you did.
Wow.
I was like, oh, I'll take the ornament. That looks cool. Something to put on the tree.
I didn't want to bid on them. Castro just made me feel bad.
That was fun. Their whatnots are fun. But something else that is fun is what happens when you subscribe to this channel. Not gonna tell you what happens, but it's great. Just letting you know. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, like the video, comment below what your favorite part of the show is. Comment below what your favorite part, what your status of wrestling is right now.
Yeah, of course, it's great.
That's
Chases.
Patreon.com/WNRDB. You get a chase when you get a micro brawler. We can't guarantee it, but you got a good shot. Just all I'm saying.
I can't wait until they catch wind of this theory and they're just like, guys,
there's nothing.
Like, and then it's over.
They're just like, guys, shut the fuck up and let us just send you chases. Like, Jesus.
Listen, it's called Marketing 101. It's literally my job. So yes, patreon.com/WNRDB. Of course, follow us on all the platforms, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course, right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell. It'll notify when we put up a new video. Anybody else got anything to add? No, just love your siblings. I go poopy
I go poopy.
I go
That's it,
poopy,
baby.
eat some
That's it.
spaghetti.
And yes, also we're gonna have a new T-shirt coming out very soon.
I'm wearing socks that go up to my calf.
Wow, Tom's got legs, ladies and gentlemen. He's 7'10". He's taller than Saddam Singh. So on behalf of myself, Dave C. The Voice, the King, Mr. Tom says hi, Sasso, and of course, founding father, Mr. Nate Carpenter. Don't forget to tell your mother you love her every day because, like Kevin Durant said, Mom, you're the real MVP. Good night, everyone. God bless America.
There we go.